Hello, everyone. This is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel. How's everybody doing this evening? Well, excuse me. Tonight's live stream is going to be about forming your own militia, and this supposed total victory that we've had over Iran because of this ceasefire. Okay. Whatever, but we're going to talk about that. Anyway, to all you people that are watching, my subscribers and stuff that haven't seen me a lot lately, I've been doing a lot of the trees lately. I've been really busy. It's hard to put out content when, you got to sit there and work, hours a day. Can't put all my time into YouTube. So, I've been putting out a lot of content, and I know there's a lot going on. And believe it or not, I know there's people out there that want to hear my opinion about stuff. By the way, let's get back to doing the trees, right? Drinking a lot of water. I've been drinking a lot of water. Usually I take my own. But today I had to take some bottled water, that packaged. But anyway, tasting that stuff, well, I'm telling you what, they are putting chemicals in that water. Now, why do I say that? Because here at home, I get water straight out of the Ogallala Aquifer. The pump is 200 feet down, right out of the Ogallala Aquifer. I don't even have to filter the water. And if you boil it, don't leave a film on the pot, nothing. Perfectly clean water, pure water. And what I drank out of that bottle today was utterly disgusting. You're telling me that don't have chemicals in there? Bullshit. Come and drink some of my clean, clear water, and you'll know what I mean. So, no more bottled water for me. I mean, I've never drank city water my whole life. I've drank out of the hose ever since I was a little kid. And, the water, excuse me, the water in that bottles is just as bad as that water you get in the city. Okay, I know no way am I ever drinking that bottled water again. No. So all you people that pay all that top dollar for that water, you really need to think about it, because when you taste pure water, like I say, what I get right out of my tap, all right, that stuff in the bottles is not for me. I mean, that had some flavoring in it that didn't agree with me. I couldn't even finish the bottle. So anyway, beware of the water, everybody. Beware of the water. Anyway, just waiting for a few people to show up so YouTube can send out the notifications. Hit that thumbs up to subscribe and the bell notification if you would. Anything to help the channel grow. Get a few more people in here. Should we get ready? Started on the first subject. Forming your own militia. Now, this is one thing on my channel. The militia, the well-regulated militia we have in this country, is all us vets, okay, and the patriots and stuff. But if you ever go to war, even a patriot would have to go through some training if he hasn't been the training that the military's been through. But I always say, when we come to take this country back this time, we ain't gonna have the rich people like they had in the revolution. The rich people were being affected the most because they paid the most taxes. Okay? That ain't the way it is these days. So we're not gonna have the rich up there to form a continental congress and get all the organization and the finances and stuff. It's gonna have to be a grassroots situation where all you military guys, you need to sit there and form your fire team, form your squads and anything. Well, anyway, that's what I've been preaching. So we can get our well-regulated militia organized and training nationwide and show the government that we mean business. But I have finally got my fire team together. Yes, I got my 3 other guys that are disgusted with the way things are going. And next Saturday, I believe is the 18th, we are going to start holding our first meetings. And it's not some radical group, nothing like that. We're constitutional conservatives that want to bring back the Constitution, not what we have today. I don't even know what you would call what we have today. Okay, definitely not a democracy. Well, yeah, it could be. Democracy, two wolves and a sheep decide what's for dinner. But see, the thing is, in this country, we got a Republican and a democratic democracy, and a constitutional conservative hates both of it. But it's time to start getting your units together. But I got my fire team together finally. And like I say, on the 18th of this month, on Saturday, we're going to do live streaming our meetings and stuff because I don't want to hide it from the government. I don't want to hide from the government how Americans are really feeling, and that we're going to start forming up into militias to ensure the safety of our fellow citizens in our area from all tyranny, whether it be foreign invaders, foreign enemies, or domestic enemies. Okay? And I'm rather proud of it. Like I say, I've been looking for well over 8 months for a fire team. It's not easy. A lot of people are upset, but a lot of people don't want to do nothing about it. But the ones of us that have children and grandchildren realize that their futures are looking bleak if us, their older generations, don't do something to help them out. So I actually got my fire team together, and I suggest everybody start getting your, let's see. Oh, I do got it. That's already going on, dude. The forming of militia has been, yeah. Then how come we ain't organized? How come we have no leader? If the militias have been formed for all this time, boy, they're sitting on their fucking thumbs, aren't they? Because our government's way out of fucking control. I'm past forming the militias. I'm starting to form my militia so the government knows it's got a fucking threat. All you militias out there that, okay, yeah, we're a militia, and we get in our camo, and we shoot our guns. Time to act. It's time for a 4 million man militia to surround Washington, D.C. this summer and do training outside of D.C. Start becoming a cohesive military unit, along with all states, since we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. All 50 states have exercises going on at the same time, wherever the state may choose. That's what I'm ready for. Bro, what the hell are you talking about? Forming militias. He has seen my prophecies and been curious. This is the thing, like I say. Voting ain't going to get us out of this. I voted for Trump, believe in what he said in the campaign trail. And let's just say, that ain't the same man we got today. Okay? And all you mega out there that want to sit there and support his shit, oh, he did all the stuff they went to get after that pilot and save that pilot. What about saving the children that are on the Epstein list? He ain't lifting a finger to do that now, is he? He ain't spending $2 billion in U.S. assets to save those children now, is he? He took the country, he lied to us. He conned us. And all you people that want to stay on the mega Trump train, fine. I got kicked off. He booted me the fuck off because I believed that the Epstein list wasn't a hoax, and he called me, a Democratic shield and a bunch of other fucking names. And now this hoax, they put out this hoax file that's redacted. It's another thing about the file. That is a law that he signed, that they all must be released unredacted. 100%. Has it happened? All I know is I finally ran into a group of people that, young and old, they're all younger than me, but, even one in his 20s. These kids that are in their 20s ain't going to work 40 or 50 years or for the rest of their fucking life for this shit. The new generation that in their 20s that are realizing that they got robbed of their future because of their lack of education and the way they tried to make life so soft on them. Okay? They're not, they don't see the American dream they're going to have working their ass off the next 40 years, okay? Shame on you for shaming the victims. What do you mean? Shaming what? The children? I'm just saying, why ain't Donald Trump spending billions of dollars to save the children? How is that shaming the victims? Whatever. But anyway, back to forming your own militia. It needs to start locally. Like I say, we aren't going to have the rich, powerful elites like in the revolution that were paying all the taxes and we're pissed off a lot. Okay, we're going to have to form under the simple man. And we need to sit there and get our units together. And hey, you get a fire team, and you get a squad, and you get a platoon. Then you need to start reaching out to other militias and say, hey, how can we come together and start forming battalions and divisions? Okay? I'm talking about people who don't care about the Epstein list. Who don't care? You don't care about the Epstein list? Anybody who don't fucking care and thinks the Epstein list is just okay for those rich elites to get away with their... Even if half the stuff is true that we've heard, I mean, if they're actually eating children, this is why I will never allow the devil to govern me. I do not recognize the United States government anymore. I will not go up to heaven and say, well, it was simpler on me, Lord, if I just bowed down to Satan's minions because they were in charge of the government and they had all the money. Not going to happen. Okay? I will go to God standing on my feet, then go down to hell on my knees. Just the way it is. Okay? But, it's time we take our country back. Our founding fathers would be looking at us and say, we gave you the tools. This is the thing. The Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, that was all to protect us. So the founding fathers did whatever they could possibly do, put it in writing, put it in law, so that a government could never treat us citizens like the British terrorized the colonists. But it's happened again. Our founding fathers all knew that we were going to have to fight for our freedom and liberty again in our future. They all knew it. They all knew that governments eventually, no matter how pure they start out, become corrupted. Okay? And they no longer work for the people. I mean, it's all about the elites. Look at, Trump keeps talking about all these people that are getting fucking rich and people that are fucking winning. The average man, do you wake up every day feeling you're a winner every day? Anyway, but getting back to the militias, yes, it's time to start organizing. I seriously think, if we have an election in November, I am very apprehensive about no election. If they can get us into a war where they can try to cancel them, because Trump knows, I said this back. I made a video back, what was it, May? They said the list was a hoax and we got kicked off the Trump train by him. I made a video back then that the Democrats will take the midterms. That was almost a year ago. And now people are finally saying, oh, yeah, the Democrats are going to take the midterms. Of course they are. It's not because Republicans are going to go out and vote Democrat. It's because Republicans aren't going to go out and vote. So the Democrats, I mean, I bet you the voting in the midterms is going to be way down comparative to other terms. I'm not voting no more. I refuse to. I fucking flat out refuse to fucking vote anymore. It's not helping. No way. We thought we had American first candidate, and he's nothing but a fucking bold-faced liar. Okay? I vote 1776, the Declaration of Independence. That's what I vote for. I vote for our freedom and liberty, to death to tyrants. Okay? That's what I vote for. And obviously, that's not going to be done by voting for, the people we got in there. I wonder what would happen if all Americans would just decide to stay home. Nobody casted a single fucking vote. Not one politician, nobody casted a single vote. Wouldn't that dissolve our government? Wouldn't that basically dissolve the government? Because if nobody gets elected, we can't have a government. And if they didn't get elected, they can't stay in the office. And if nobody got elected to fill them up, boom, the government. Of course, that would never happen. Just like it only took 20% of our population, the colonies, to sit there and get pissed off enough at the crown for them interfering with their life, the British crown, that they sat there and formed up, organized, and beat the most powerful military in the world to earn their independence. Okay? 20%. 5% fighting, 15% supporting. Now we got maybe over 60% of the population that disagrees with the government, no matter what political party's in charge, and they're still in charge. People are still fucking paying taxes. So we can sit there and, how did Trump say it? Wipe out their civilization of Iran? Anyway, yeah, it's presidential. That's diplomatic. He feels threats, are diplomatic. He's a fucking beta male who's never been in a fight before in his life and throws out threats like his body can back up his fucking mouth. Okay? And I hope all of Washington, D.C.'s the status quo doesn't change and where our money becomes worthless. And, let's just say when the law of nature takes over, we ain't going to have too many Lindsey Grahams left now, are we? Anyway, I'm sorry I haven't been reading the chat much because I get into it. I finally got my fire team together. And next Saturday, we're going to start live streaming our meetings. We're not radicals, we're patriots. I'm the only one that's been in the military in their group. And they're going to go through some training. They're going to learn how to shoot the Marine Corps way. Okay? Stuff like that. And, we're going to get organized. I suggest to everybody else too. In your neighborhood, you live in the city, get a neighborhood watch together. A neighborhood watch that is not militarized, but knows military tactics. So when the shit comes rolling down your blocks, you got men out there to protect their families. Okay? And then, like I say, when I get up to squad or platoon size, then I'll be reaching out to other militias. But I ain't going to go for none of this. I want America back, okay? I don't care what your political stance is. I want America back because most Americans are independents or constitutional conservatives hate both fucking parties, okay? As long as you believe in America, you want to be an American. If you want to be America, make America great. Not the American elites, not the American military industrial complex, okay? But strengthen the American culture, the American society, and become a great country again. And the first step to becoming a great country is for us to get our fucking nose out of other countries' problems. If you sit there and intrude yourself in your neighbor's problems, is that going to add stress to you or relieve stress from you? Okay? If we would stop trying to sit there and put Iran up our ass, Iran would be a pain in our ass. What's your opinion? I lost that one. What's your opinion on your first general order, now Marines? I'm not going to play a game with you. I'm not going to go through the 11 general orders, okay? Fucking stupid shit. I've been out of the Marine Corps for 40 years, okay? I'll tell you what my first general rule is, prick. To walk my post from flank to flank and don't take shit from any rank. Especially a fucking troll. Now, if you knew your general orders, you would have known that one. If you ever stood guard. Oh, I miss being a baby boomer by 3 years. Sorry. But you know what? You know what's funny about this 58-year-old? I can go to the gym and still outperform you fucking 20-year-old punks. Wow. I wonder what us Reagan Marines went through. Anyway. That's all right, okay? This is like I say, this is the world we live in. You don't want to sit there and form a militia, that's fine. You want to think I'm a fucking crazy idiot, that's fine. If you can handle what's about to come down your street, then more power to you, okay? But most of you aren't. And I want to make sure our town is protected. I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in a county that has less than 1,700 people in it, okay? We don't allow the stuff that's going on in your city with all your weird people and weird thinking and stuff. See, we live in Leave It to Beaver land. And whether you're Democrat or Republican, we don't give a shit. We're not going to allow the sick and twisted mindset into our city. You'll get put in a padded wagon and get a medical assessment, okay? We don't put up with it here. I live in a town where you don't have to lock your doors. I can leave my keys in my vehicle, okay? I can leave for 2 weeks and not have to lock my doors. Yeah, traditional America still exists. And that's why we're fighting the hardest. Because we love America, okay? And we don't allow this sick and twisted society that our country's turning into in the area. Like I say, you want to be a stranger and make problems? Everybody's going to know about it before the cops do. And then I guarantee you, if you're a vehicle around here that the cops haven't seen, you're getting pulled over, okay? Especially if you're acting suspicious. Our cops protect us here. All right? This is Andy Griffin, Mayberry type style. But they can get aggressive if they need to. You rich elites that could, well, anyway, you're all fucking beta pussies. All right? Not every one of you has ever been in a fucking fight before in your life. And yet you talk all this tough man shit. Woo! You know, a bad time to get in a fight for your first time is in your 40s or 50s. It may not work out for you too well. Especially you have all that comfortable living and stuff, and you got the manicures, and you don't have no calluses on your hands, and that type of shit. You may have a little issues. Anyway, but well, I see some more people are showing up. YouTube must have released they had me hammered down. Hey, if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe, the thumbs up, and the bell notification. Anything to help the channel grow, I appreciate it. Because we're in a world of hurt, the whole world. And it's not going to get any better. It just keeps progressively getting worse. So get organized, everybody. Make sure you know who your neighbor is. Like you say, all you neighborhoods in the cities, You know, you need your men protecting your neighborhood. Neighborhood watches that, that know some military tactics. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. If you're in the chat now, you can sit there and watch the replay. Watch some of my other content, my shorts. But you'll see why I've been shadow banned so much on YouTube. Like I say, a little guy like me, a poor man like me, an old poor man like me, what I say is so powerful that they have to silence me. A billionaire is scared. A billionaire's trillionaire elite is scared of what comes out of my mouth. So who's got who against the ropes? Anyway, I appreciate, I do got some people showing up. The only thing suspicious, I tell you what, YouTube, they just cut me down. Now they're bringing me back up. I was about to sit there and end this live stream, but I got some people showing up. But we were talking about forming your own militia, starting your own group. All you vets out there, you know what it's like if you were on the ground side. Start it. So let's get organized. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Like I say, if you're in there, check out my content, my shorts. I got over 2,000 videos on YouTube in less than a year and a half. Go check out my channel. I have a lot to say. And you may look at it and say, wow, that's just another crazy-ass jarhead. Yep. They made us fanatical over our country, without a doubt. Okay? So check it out. I appreciate it. And like I say, please hit that thumbs up, the subscribe, and the bell notification. Anything to help the channel grow, and share my videos. Anyway, this is Tom with Hidden Truths. I'm out of here.